My name is Michelle. I work as a nurse in a small town, let's say, somewhere in Vermont. Another busy day at work, and I'm heading home as usual. Got home a bit late today. I'm home. Welcome back. When I get home, my daughter, Maddie, always greets me. Must be tough for a third grader to wait alone at home every day. I always feel guilty when I look at Maddie's face. However, working in a local doctor's clinic without night shifts is a plus, and many fellow nurses would probably envy that. Where's Dad today? He's not back yet. Wonder when he'll be home. Feels like it's been a while since we saw him, huh Maddie? Yeah, my husband is basically all about work. It's not just that he comes home late. Sometimes he hardly comes home at all. I can't remember the last time he spent quality time with the family. Well, to be precise, he does make time for everyone but Maddie and me. On his days off, he goes to his Mill's place, helps with gardening, cleaning, and then they have meals together. He's so good to his mother, but when it comes to his own daughter, he hasn't been there for her school's entrance ceremony or even any of the school's events. Because of all this, to be honest, things between my husband and me aren't great. I'm sorry for always making you feel lonely. It's okay. At least you come home every day, Mom. Maddie. I couldn't help but give Maddie a tight hug. We should have had a happy home with the whole family together every day. No matter how many times I say sorry to her, it'll never be enough. I just wonder how things got to this point. Then, one day, unusually, my husband came home. But the affection towards him from Maddie and me had faded, so there wasn't much conversation. In the midst of a quiet dinner in a dimly lit atmosphere, he suddenly spoke up. How about going to Hawaii for the next long weekend? What? I couldn't believe my ears. An invitation to travel from him. What's gotten into him? We haven't had a decent vacation in years, right? It's for my mom's 60th birthday. Thought it might be a nice change. His mother again. I sighed in exasperation. But then, the unexpected mention of Hawaii had Maddie exclaiming, "Can we go to Hawaii? I want to go. I really want to." Maddie was ecstatic and thrilled. Well, it would be her first trip abroad, so it's understandable. However, the idea of a family trip now, after all this time, didn't feel too enticing to me. Especially with my mill in tow. I wish he'd made such an offer years ago. But with Maddie wanting to go, I thought it wouldn't be right for me to decline. Well, it's been a while since the whole family's been together. Let's give it a try. I reluctantly agreed. On the day of the trip, my husband and I both had work, so we decided to meet up at the airport. However, my job ran much longer than expected, causing a significant delay. I grabbed Maddie and rushed to the airport. After a series of train transfers, we finally arrived. But then, the unexpected happened. They're not here. No matter how much we looked, my husband and Mill were nowhere to be found at the meetup spot. Where could they be? There were no missed calls on my phone, so I tried calling them. The number you have dialed is either powered off or out of service range. The impersonal message played. I approached the airport ground staff to inquire. Then, one of them asked, "Are you Michelle?" Yes, that's me." I wondered how the staff knew my name. But at that moment, I was handed a folded piece of paper. It was requested that we give this to you, Mom. A note. I looked at the content and was stunned. We can't wait anymore. We'll go on the trip, just the two of us. Michael. If you can't even be on time, we're not taking you. Sleep outside or whatever. Joan. What the? Mom, what's wrong? As I trembled with anger, Maddie looked at me with a concerned expression. It's okay, sweetie. It seems Daddy and the others went ahead without us. I'm sorry. Can't we go to Hawaii? We can. We'll just catch the next flight. I tried to respond cheerfully. But truth be told, I don't have the money. What should I do? As I stood there, lost in thought, an elderly man walking in front of me suddenly collapsed. What? Even though I was in shock, years of nursing instinctively kicked in, and I acted immediately. Are you okay? I checked for breathing, but he wasn't. This is bad. I quickly turned the man onto his side to ensure an open airway. Upon checking inside his mouth, it seemed he had choked, likely on his vomit. That's why he couldn't breathe. Can someone please call an ambulance? As I shouted that, I immediately began administering first aid. Shortly after, the elderly man was taken to the first aid station, regaining his consciousness and breathing. Was it you who helped me? Well, I just did a basic procedure. It wasn't just basic. Thank you so much. I genuinely thought I was done for, he said, now coherent enough to hold a conversation. There seemed to be no issues with his heart or organs. You saved my life. Please let me repay your kindness. Oh no, I just did what anyone would have done. Were you on your way somewhere? Yes, my daughter and I were supposed to go to Hawaii, but we missed our flight. I'm so sorry, because of me. I quickly waved my hands to deny it. No, it's not your fault. We were late due to my work, to begin with. But we're thinking of just heading back now. Ha ha, I said with a chuckle and a sigh. However, the old man gazed at me. It's a shame. Your daughter must have been looking forward to it. Why not buy another ticket? I'm embarrassed to admit, but I don't have the money right now. As I said this, looking down, the elderly man gently nodded and then looked up. How about I buy the tickets for you as a token of gratitude? Would that work? I couldn't possibly. I'm so sorry. It's all right. Excuse me, miss over there. The old man called over a nearby female staff member and started making a call on his cell phone. Hello, can you help with something? He spoke to someone for a few minutes and then hung up. No, really, it's fine. You don't have to. Don't worry about it. I couldn't rest in peace if I couldn't show my gratitude. At that moment, a piece of paper fell out of my pocket. Thanks to the old man's generosity, we were able to board the plane. Unbelievably, he bought us business class tickets, which were quite expensive. Thanks to him, both Emily and I enjoyed a very comfortable flight, and we safely arrived in Hawaii. But our problems were just beginning. I wondered which hotel my husband and his mom, my Mill, were staying at. I wished I had asked them beforehand when, at that moment. Are you Mrs. Michelle and Miss Emily? A man who appeared to be Japanese approached us. Yes, that's us. But who are you? I am this person here. Feeling suspicious about how he knew my and my daughter's names, he handed me his business card. On it was the name of a renowned logistics company I recognized. I've heard about you from our company's chairman. We're truly grateful for your help back there. Wait, what did I do? The elderly man you assisted at the airport is our chairman. What? He was? I was taken aback. I never would have guessed that old man was such a big deal. We've been instructed by the chairman to escort both of you to the hotel. Please enjoy your stay in Hawaii. To my surprise, we were ushered into a sleek black limousine. I had never seen a car like this in my life. Wow, Sophia, clearly thrilled, was taking in the luxury of a car she was riding in for the first time. I kept checking to make sure I wasn't dirtying the pristine interior. The views of Hawaii from the plush car were breathtaking. It truly felt like an eternal summer here. After the initial uncertainty, I was really glad we came. Sophia was glued to the window, gazing outside. Then, we arrived at a massive hotel. You could tell it was upscale just by looking at it. That's when a grave realization hit me. I didn't book a hotel, I whispered, to which the guide responded, "No need to worry. We've already secured a room on the top floor for you." What? But the money? No need to pay. Everything has been taken care of on our end. Oh, okay. How much did that old man arrange for us? I was totally taken aback by this VIP treatment. The hotel itself was also stunning. Our room must have been what they call a suite. It was way too spacious for just the two of us. From our window, we could see the horizon and the beautiful setting sun. It was truly a breathtaking view. And we had our very own Japanese-speaking staff member. The meals were indescribably lavish. High-quality meat was grilled right in front of us. The meal was more delicious than anything I'd ever eaten before, and I was amazed from start to finish. After we were full, Emily and I wandered around the lobby when we heard voices arguing near the front desk. Isn't that a man and woman quarreling with the staff? It was unmistakably my husband and his mill. Hey, what's going on? When I called out, they both looked startled and turned to see Emily and me. Why are you two here? We just came normally. And after all you've done, you were the one who suggested we come here. Well, that's... My husband looked at his mill with a pleading face. It's your fault we were late, wasn't it? I know I messed up, but sleeping outside. Really? His mill acted as if she did nothing wrong. But that note was just full of malice. I couldn't bring myself to forgive them. So, why are you two fighting? I tried to change my mood and asked my husband. They told me to get out when I tried to check in. Makes no sense. My husband seemed furious. Excuse me, is there a problem? I approached a male staff member. He seemed to understand some Japanese. Heard these folks left the kind old man who's our esteemed guest. Can't forgive that. Was told not to let them stay. I see. That old man must have a lot of influence in this hotel as well. Being a CEO of a big company is truly intimidating. What the heck is going on? They said they couldn't forgive you guys for leaving me in Japan and coming here. Hearing this, both the husband and the mill looked as if they were hit out of the blue. Why would the hotel staff know about that? Well, It's a typical reaction. But I wasn't surprised since I knew the details. Actually, I felt it was just comma. Do you recognize this person? I pulled out a business card. It was from the gentleman who guided us from the airport. Wait, this is from our major clients. The husband's face turned pale as he took the business card with trembling hands. Seeing this, the Mill's expression stiffened, and her face turned even paler. You aren't saying you know the CEO of this company, are you? Of course. When he collapsed suddenly at the airport, I was the one who helped him. And as thanks, he gave me tickets to Hawaii and a hotel reservation. Yikes. The Mill, shaking in fear, fell on her behind. What's wrong, Mom? She's in the same crafting club as me. She occasionally shows up, and everyone treats her like royalty. Such a coincidence is even possible. I totally agreed. The world really is small. Who would have thought I'd know someone related to that CEO? However, before my Mill shared this with me, the CEO himself had told me. When he gave me the thank you airline tickets at the airport, he noticed a piece of paper that had fallen from my pocket. Oh, picking it up, the CEO must have seen what was written on it. He looked shocked. Mom, what's this about? Oh, that. Well, let's just say I got left behind by my Mill and husband. That's terrible. I can't forgive that. But this name. Don't tell me your Mill's last name isn't Tomita, is it? Yes, it's Yoshiko Tomita. Wait. You know my Mill? Of course I do. She's a member of my crafting club. Never thought you'd do something like this though. So that's how things had transpired. Recalling all that, I gazed at the two with a smug look and remarked, such a pity. You both said we'll travel together, but now you're on your own. Maya and I will enjoy ourselves. Mel, I guess you should sleep outdoors. Enjoy the wonderful roofless Hawaiian. Hey, wait a minute. That's cold-hearted. You're heartless. Both my husband and Mill protested loudly. It's truly comical. The very words they once threw at others, they now find harsh when directed at themselves. I couldn't help but burst into laughter. Let's go, I nudged Maya. Okay. Maya took my hand. Behind us, the exchange continued. Get out, we don't have a room for people like you in this hotel, the staff member declared coldly. Damn it, my husband and Mill stumbled out of the hotel. So, that's how we got to enjoy our Hawaii trip separately. Since Maya already lost interest in my husband, there's no need to worry about him. I never imagined we'd get such a wonderful trip as a thank you for helping the old man. If anything, I want to genuinely thank him. And just like that, our journey came to an end, and we safely returned home. It was truly a memorable trip. Maya seemed incredibly satisfied, which was the best part. Now, as for the Mill and husband who were kicked out of the hotel, their real misfortune began after they left the premises. According to my exhausted husband, who finally returned home after the trip, every hotel they tried turned them away. Apparently, the chairman's directive had reached accommodations all over Hawaii. They ended up genuinely having to sleep outdoors. It turns out that the nasty note they left was a boomerang that came back to haunt them. More hardships awaited my husband and Mill. My husband was suddenly called in by his boss and was reprimanded, as it turned out that a deal with the chairman's company was on the brink of falling apart. My mill, on the other hand, began receiving cold treatment from her craft club members, leading her to quit Ostracized. Essentially with crafting being her only hobby, she seemed deeply affected by the incident. She gave up on all her crafts and now spends her days aimlessly watching TV. My husband and I concluded that continuing our marriage was untenable, leading to our formal decision to divorce. Of course, custody of Maya went to me. I didn't seek any alimony or child support. Our earnings were almost identical, so there was no concern in financially supporting Maya by myself. I'll probably never see my mill again. Looking back, the whole situation seems so surreal. Merely by being late at the airport, I ended up helping a chairman of a major company. A mutual acquaintance of my mill leading to an amazing trip to Hawaii. All these events make me feel that there was some kind of destiny at play. Nothing ever seemed to go right with my husband. There might have been a mismatch in our work lives. However, the moment he prioritized his mill over us, I believe the outcome would have been the same even if I had been a stay-at-home wife. I have no lingering feelings for my husband anymore. I have the world's most precious and adorable daughter, Maya, by my side. I don't need anything else.